LED home masks are everywhere right now. You see them all over social media, in skincare routines of influencers, celebrities, and even dermatologists. They promise smoother skin, fewer wrinkles, and better collagen, all from the comfort of your home. But the big question has always been the same. Do LED masks actually work? Or are they just another skincare trend with good marketing? Recently, a new clinical study by researchers from Hanyang University College of Medicine and Seoul National University Hospital, two prestigious universities in South Korea, looked directly at this question. And the results were shocking. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Delilah and I do the research so you don't have to. I break down studies, trends, and claims, and I tell you what's actually backed by science and what's not. Before we even talk about the study, it helps to understand why LED masks became such a big thing. As we age, the skin naturally changes. Collagen production slows down, elasticity decreases, and fine lines slowly turn into wrinkles. One of the very first places where this happens is around the eyes. Crow's feet appear early because the skin there is thinner, moves constantly, and is exposed to the sun more than we realize. Many people want to improve this area, but they don't want injections, needles, or downtime. Botox works, lasers work, but they're expensive, invasive, and not something everyone wants to commit to. That's where home devices come in. LED masks promise something very appealing: gradual improvement, no pain, no downtime, and something you can do from home. But promising something and proving it are two very different things. For years, LED masks lived in a gray zone. There were small studies, lab research, and a lot of marketing, but not enough strong clinical evidence on home-use masks used by real people in real life. That's exactly what makes this study important. This wasn't a study funded by a beauty brand or promoted by influencers selling skincare products. It was conducted by plastic surgeons and medical researchers from two university hospitals in South Korea. Doctors who work with skin, aging, and clinical treatments every day. The study design was extremely strict. It was randomized, double-blind, and placebo-controlled. That means participants were randomly assigned to groups. Neither the participants nor the doctors know who was using the real mask. And the control group used a mask that looked exactly the same, but didn't actually deliver the same treatment. This is the same type of design used in pharmaceutical trials. It's done this way because it removes bias. People can subconsciously exaggerate results if they don't know which group they're in, and doctors can't favor one group over the other. So what you get is a much clearer picture of what actually works. Once the structure of the design was set, the next step was choosing the right people to participate. The researchers enrolled adults between the ages of 30 and 65 of Asian descent who already had visible crow's feet wrinkles. These weren't people with flawless skin, and they were not models. They were normal adults with moderate wrinkles around the eyes. Participants were not allowed to use Botox, fillers, lasers, or wrinkle treatments during the study. That's important because it means any changes seen in the skin could only come from the mask itself, not from any other treatments. Almost everyone completed the study, which already tells us something. The device was not uncomfortable, painful, or difficult to use. Otherwise, people would have dropped out. Participants were divided into two groups. One group received the real LED mask. This mask emitted red light and infrared light at very specific wavelengths that previous research suggests can stimulate collagen production and improve skin quality. The other group received the sham mask, also called a placebo mask. This is where the study design gets very clever. The sham masks looked exactly like the real one. It felt the same, fit the same, and was used the same way. But biologically, it was very different. The infrared light was completely turned off and the red light was much weaker. So from the user's perspective, there was no obvious difference. Everyone thought they were using the real device. One of the most important details is that this was a home use study. This part is extremely important and many people miss it. The participants did not go to a clinic multiple times a week for treatment. They took the mask home and used it themselves. This was a real-life scenario, not a controlled lab environment. They used the mask for 9 minutes per session, 5 times a week, for 12 weeks. That's it. No complicated protocol, no supervision every day, just normal people using a device at home. The clinic visits were only for taking standardized photos, grading wrinkles, and checking safety. So when we talk about results, We're talking about what a home LED mask can do when used consistently, not what happens under perfect conditions. Of course, using the mask is one thing, but measuring whether it actually works is another. Wrinkles weren't evaluated by how smooth the skin felt or how confident someone felt. The researchers used a medical scale specifically designed to grade crow's feet wrinkles. Photos were taken under the same conditions each time, and independent evaluators scored the wrinkles without knowing which group the person belonged to. Improvement meant a visible reduction in wrinkle severity, not a tiny change, not wishful thinking, but an actual drop in wrinkle grade. They also used the global aesthetic scale where both doctors and participants rated improvement. This gave a more complete picture of both objective and subjective changes. After 12 weeks, the difference between the two groups was dramatic. In the group using the real LED mask, close to 90% of participants showed a visible improvement in crow's feet wrinkles. In the group using the fake mask, only about 16% improved. That means the real LED mask worked more than 5 times better than the placebo. And statistically, this difference was extremely strong. What's also interesting is when the improvement happened. At 4 weeks, there wasn't a big difference between the groups. This is important because it tells us LED therapy is not an instant fix. Anyone promising results in a week is probably exaggerating. By 8 weeks, the difference became clear. By 12 weeks, it was undeniable. And the improvement continued even at 16 weeks after treatment has ended. This shows that LED therapy works gradually, by supporting the skin's natural process rather than forcing instant change. The improvements weren't just noticed by one person. Independent evaluators and doctors both saw consistent improvement in the real mask group. This tells us the changes were real and measurable. When participants rated their own skin, both groups felt some improvement. This is actually very normal. When you do any kind of skincare routine consistently, you tend to feel better about your skin. This highlights how powerful the placebo effect can be. But when objective measurements were used, the real LED mask clearly outperformed the fake one. In terms of safety, the mask performed very well. There were no serious adverse effects. A few minor issues like dry skin were reported, but overall, the treatment was painless and well tolerated. Some participants even noticed brighter skin and a more even tone, although this wasn't formally measured in the study. So what does all of this actually tell us? It tells us that LED home masks are not just a trend anymore. When they use the right wavelengths, when they're designed properly, and when they're used consistently over time, they can genuinely improve wrinkles, especially crow's feet. This doesn't mean every LED mask on the market will work the same way. It doesn't mean you'll see results overnight, and it doesn't replace professional treatments. But it does mean that LED therapy has moved from maybe to scientifically supported. If you've been curious about LED masks but skeptical, that skepticism is completely valid. Skincare is full of hype, but this study changes the conversation. It shows that the home use devices can be studied seriously, and when they are, some of them actually work. LED masks are not magic. They require time, consistency, and realistic expectations, but they're no longer just a futuristic-looking accessory. They're a real tool backed by real science. If you've reached this point in the video, don't forget to give it a like and let me know your opinion in the comments below. See you in the next one. Bye!